I could only presume that the way to destroy the prison that bound me was by striking a ball against the wall repeatedly. I dared not touch the ball. I didn't know what it could be made of. I procured a stick and began to whack the ball against the wall, knowing that sooner or later the wall would be destroyed if the ghosts didn't get to me first. You see, the ghosts began to intercept my shots, and that was when I knew. And this concludes another chapter of The Arkanoid Paranoid by Hildebrand Jarlsberg. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. Today, it is Short Horror Saturday, and you're watching twitch.tv/purblindgamer. So welcome in. And if you didn't know that, I wonder who you thought I was. I wonder who I thought I was, for that matter. Yes, today we will be playing some horror-themed Arkanoid games. Why? Because, well, I guess one of them's only really horror-themed. And it's mostly because I got it from the game giveaway of the day site. And I was like, probably nobody else has played this. Or streamed it at least, and probably not many people bought it, and that's why it's been given away for free. Oh, and does it control well? Yeah, that's one of the things you gotta ask yourselves about Arkanoid games in particular. And I feel like back in the 90s, there were a whole bunch on the PC that, small developers are like, oh, this is an easy genre to make. It doesn't need to be that graphically intense, but it needs to control with excellent precision. There were some really good ones, though. And I wanted to say thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple streams, particularly the Military Quest one, which I was glad I streamed it, and glad the developers were hanging out, and overall I enjoyed the game. I just got very stuck a couple times, and if I hadn't gotten hints from the developers, I don't know if I ever would have finished it. Even going back and clicking on everything, every single pixel. Yeah. Some of that was on me, though. Like, missing things that were hiding in plain sight, but in my defense, camouflaged very well. So, that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. And hey, Dumpressa, welcome in. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good weekend. But yeah, after Military Quest, that version of Ode to Joy they used was stuck in my head. And I will upload that VOD probably tomorrow, because I had to splice it together because of the crashes, and I realized the VOD on Twitch the first third is muted because, copyrighted Star-Spangled Banner. It's hard to get more American than DMCA violations with our national anthem. And thank you also to everybody who hung out on during the Wednesday stream, when we ventured further into Resident Evil, and learned such important lessons as, look at the end of your crank to see whether it's hexagonal, and, holy shit, that's a giant spider, I'd better use shotgun shells and grenades. Yeah. I don't know how applicable these life lessons are, though. Actually, I went out to the bar the other night, and there was a pretty big spider there. Like, not Resident Evil, but, like that big. It was an outdoor bar. I was like, hey, little guy, you better clear out of here. Go catch flies somewhere else. Yes, that was random. And, yeah, I don't know how much longer we have in Resident Evil. I know we're getting close to the end. I don't know if I should plan on 2 more streams of that, or what exactly. Hey, oh, thank you, Dumpressa. I mean, hope your wish your Saturday wasn't so busy, but hopefully it's not a bad kind of busy. I know my week's been fairly busy, and I'm still waiting on my new computer, and still trying to get back my phone that I left in a lift. don't have COVID, though. I know I mentioned I'd been possibly exposed last week, but I've been wearing a mask religiously and don't have it, and seem to be out of danger. I mean, I'm pretty cautious anyway. 6 to 8 weeks until August. That's awful, Umbrella. That's seriously. I think 5 day weeks are enough. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily mind 4 day weeks as long as I get paid for 6 day weeks. But usually that's not how it works. But that's good if it's going to slack off in August or at some point after that. Hopefully it will. Yeah. Sometimes it stinks to be indispensable. And, yeah, to keep getting called into work very regularly. Of course, on the other hand, being indispensable gives one job security. Well, as Bob Hope said, there's two sides to everything. Oh, yeah, hopefully they don't request even more overtime after that. Like, we can enforced overtime. I feel like there ought to be labor laws guarding against that. I mean, at least they have to pay you time and a half, but, or in theory, but still, it's like, after a certain point, it's like if you have to force your employees to do overtime, wouldn't it make more sense to just hire another person and then pay them the normal rate that's not time and a half? Yeah. That's what I think, but then I'm not a business owner. So what do I know about those kinds of things? For the games today, the first one, which actually is horror, is called Astrology II, Damned Mill, and that was the one I got from the game giveaway site. And then the other one is Pulsoid, which isn't exactly horror, but it has monsters. So, and it's because when I was playing Astrology 2, testing it out, I was thinking, this reminds me of Pulsoid. Hey, Pulsoid's freeware. I had it on a shovelware CD. I bet it's somewhere out there on the interwebs. And lo and behold, it was. Things often are. But not always. I think some games, only exist on shovelware CDs. And I've always been fascinated by that. So yeah, we'll play Astrology 2 first, and I don't necessarily need to spend too long with either game. These are, after all, Arkanoid clones, so, heck, you've seen Arkanoid Breakout, you get the basic idea. Oh, there's at least a boss fight. Yeah, Astrology 2, Damned Mill. They're holding the damned mill hostage. Just write it out of the script. I haven't played Astrology 1. No. Only displays text when you hover over it. One of the cardinal sins of game design. I was walking down the old path when I suddenly heard the call, and I felt my legs drawing into what on earth? Swale. Ooze was spreading under my boots, and scary fog was shrouding the rotten trees, smearing branches, outlines, and turning them into deadly paws. I was stepping on the shaky ground for about an hour or so when suddenly windmill blades appeared on the horizon. The call became louder, and I scanned, and I seemed to distinguish the words, which sounded like a rustle of fallen leaves. The darkness The darkness ruled over the place, and I knew what to do. Hey, Backlog Gavin, welcome in. Yeah, I think this is one of those cases of English is not their first language. But how are you doing today, Backlog? You guys should check out Backlog Gavin, who is a streamer who does a lot of stuff on old hardware, but does some new games as well. Been known to do in television streams even. Alright, Clark. The Superman-Narc crossover, as we've already established. Let's see that swale oozing. Well, that's good you've been busy. I'm doing alright, thanks. I'm still trying to get my phone back, which I left in an Uber, and various other things. I realize I don't have much going on in my life other than work and streaming. I feel like I need to figure out how to get more going on in my life. So this one, the ball goes straight up when you release it. True. So all these spirits seem to do is get in the way of the ball. Terrible nuisance. These explosions and particle effects is really easy to lose track of the ball. Yeah, this release of the game is from, I got it from giveawayoftheday.com. It was published by Toomky Games, which I don't know much about them, but they seem like they may be a bit of a shady publisher. Because I know Backlog Horror Arkanoid had some looked and turned just about everything into a horror game. Like Toomky Games, they offer free games, but I think they were originally retail games. And also, since Game Giveaway of the Day only gives away retail games, I'm not really clear why they keep giving away Toomky games, but I don't know. Because they're all like obscure kind of indie games that the sort of thing you would have bought from a developer's site 15 years ago. There was a horror Arkanoid game called Devilish for the Sega Genesis that I've been meaning to have a proper go at. I think I actually own a copy. Which was a lot more in-depth, like you'd change the position of the paddles and different parts of the levels have different orientation and there were boss fights. I'm trying to think if there were others. Like I know there was some game that's like Arkanoid game that include a level pack of horror levels. It used to come up when I would try and search for horror on like shareware game sites. But I can't remember what it was called. Seriously, there have been a lot of Arkanoid clones. Hey, Seacross, welcome in. Yeah, you know, some of them can be pretty fun. Even if they can get pretty tough, especially when they get fast. And I enjoy these kind of games in small doses. I'm not necessarily great at them. But how are you doing today, Seacross? I hope your weekend is going well. Chat overlay not showing over the game. Oh, Peggle. I've never played Peggle, have I? Oh, it's a shame that vacation has to end. But I hope you've had a good vacation. A good vacation, Seacross. Did you go somewhere, like, for vacation? Yeah, I think probably the first Arkanoid clone I played was DX Ball, which was like on the first shovelware CD my parents got me when we got a decent computer. And DX Ball is actually one of the best. I think it still holds up as one of the top freeware Arkanoid clones. And then they made a sequel that got like a big box retail release circa 2000, weirdly enough. And while we're paused... Yeah, glad you got in some time off to recharge. Oh, weird, this game won't let you alt-tab to other applications. Well, we'll just have to minimize it, won't we? And give Seacross a shout-out. Oh, so you played DX Ball too? Had it on it was 16 really cool arcade games, which had several good games. Also had More Rafts Ultra Blast, which was another Arkanoid type. Oops. Weird. Why didn't Moomod tell him what you played, Seacross? But yeah, you guys should follow Seacross. Who does a lot of hardware modifications and also old games and some adventure or hog games. Ooh, jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, 2 underscores? I thought I put that the first time, and Boobot was like, shout out failed. My own program is they're trolling me half the time. That game just laugh at me. People are rude. Okay, when you hit those will-o'-the-wisps, the ball goes faster. Ooh. Nice. How'd the new controller work out? I only have one controller for the PC, which is the trusty Logitech one I use for Resident Evil, and occasionally other games. Fan-made copies of Rainbow Cotton. Okay. Oh yeah. Cotton. It's an 8-bit Switch 8-bit arcade controller. Okay, so you can use it for Switch games. Got it. Yeah. And you know what Cotton makes me think of? I killed 50 men. Also, that Japanese-only rail shooter for the Genesis, which I think came with a free teacup because WTF? Yeah. Don't get that kind of thing stateside. Occasionally you might get a soccer game that comes with a soccer ball or something. The odd t-shirt or cable. Registration cards. Yeah. King of the Hill was a good show. I was glad it lasted. Like 10 seasons or more? Oh, a baby Sonic toy? Good old Sonic. Oh, the King of the Hill, yeah. No, I swear I read that it was it's sort of rail shooter. It was like a Space Harrier-esque thing called Panorama Cotton. Was only released on the Sega Mega Drive in Japan, and it came with a teacup when you bought it. I mean, I read it on the internet, so it must be true. Unless I'm misremembering things. See also, Zombie Dad Inos from Planet Zeltoid. Nobody knew what I was talking about when I mentioned that the other day, because I couldn't remember the name, and also because I confused the 3DO and the CDI. They're practically the same thing, right? Yeah, Panorama Cotton. Which I feel might be the kind of game I like. Hey, wake up, Arthur! Something knocked my paddle out. Ooh. Yeah. I know that's a rather controversial statement. The CDI and the 3DO. I think it's more they're just associated with my mind because they were both early CD-based consoles that I never had. I mostly knew about from the odd gaming magazine and from reading about them online. And people saying that they didn't have a lot of good games. I always wonder. That's the impression I got, that the 3DO is a better console. And it did have some legitimately good games and was impressive for the time. Although, I liked Killing Time a lot, but I played the PC port, which was, essentially a really different game, completely rebuilt. And apparently played better. I'm interested if the CDI is worth more. I guess it's because not as many people bought them or kept them, so it's become a highly collectible. I guess the moral is to buy every console you see, because you never know which one will be worth money eventually. Yeah, I feel like there are probably better ways to invest one's money. Maybe you should also buy a copy of every model of computer, because you don't know which one will be worth a lot in 10 years. New in box. Oh. Interesting. You can get a pretty cheap 3DO from Japan these days. I kind of wish I didn't know that, but now that I do, I'll have to file that away. Aww. Let me give that another go. See if I can at least unlock another set of levels. This game kind of does a weird thing when you try and play it in a window. Wait, does Yahoo still have auctions? I thought Yahoo shut them down, like... I'm not going to remember how many years ago, but it was a while ago. And like as a kid, I convinced my parents to buy stuff on Yahoo auctions instead of eBay. Before I knew about eBay. Oh, okay, so in Japan at least, Yahoo still has auctions. I wonder if I'm wrong. They do still have auctions somewhere in Yahoo, US. Oh, there's the ball. I probably shouldn't be thinking about wasting money buying new consoles. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I mean, yeah, back when Yahoo had auctions here in the US, it was pretty much like eBay. I wondered about that. Like, you would think the ghosts are mostly incorporeal. So, I don't know. But, you know, it seems like ghosts can sometimes make physical contact with humans. You know, like in plenty of horror movies, they're trying to kill people. Where is this windmill that we've been hearing about so far? I'm just destroying a bunch of trees and cauldrons and things. Soporific lanterns. Is that a little bat flying around? I don't know, whatever it is, you can catch it when you knock it out of the air. Yeah, the lanterns don't stop the ball, but the ghosts do. How does this make any sense? Uh-oh. Okay. I guess if you wait, it might take too long, the ghosts upgrade to will-o'-the-wisps. That's my impression of a ghost. At least the will-o'-the-wisps, it has the decency to pass through. Highly explosive jack-o'-lanterns. If I play arcade games that long enough, just degrades into me imitating the sound effects. Oh dear. Oh, I've heard of the black ball line, but this is ridiculous. Yeah, that was... I wonder if that's a mushroom, whatever that thing is that causes the ball to turn black and go crazy. Yeah, I'll give this game one more go, then we'll swap over to Pulsoid. Yeah, it's a little bit janky, weird with the controls and the way it registers the mouse when you play it in the window. As long as you don't click at the wrong time, it's no big deal. And... hey, tested trees, yeah. Arkanoid clones. Arkanoid. You're a fan of these kind of games. Some of them are quite fun. We were talking about DX Ball earlier. Which is a great freeware one for DOS. I know, I think DX Ball wasn't my first exposure to it. There was, like at a friend's house, I played one called Brick Breaker on his PC. I was quite young. Arkanoid. Yeah. You know, that would be a pretty good name for a horror Arkanoid clone. Somebody should make that. Like, build it on the engine of one of the successful freeware ones. And yeah, Brick Breaker was one of those shareware ones. Oh. Okay, so is it Strikey Sisters? Oh, thanks for that. I should check that out. Oh, there's some good little games on Steam. So like, I don't usually seek out Arkanoid games, but then if there's a good one, I'll enjoy playing it. I have actually played Arkanoid itself, like an original arcade machine at MagFest, but it was really fun. They hacked the game that they had at MagFest, so the bricks on the first level spell out like MagFest 10. That was awesome. But okay, it's better value when it's on sale. And that's what I usually do, is wait for the Steam sales. Sadly, it doesn't backlog, because they would have had to rehack it to change the number each year, which it didn't for a while. Maybe it did this past year. I wouldn't know. I wasn't at MagFest. My family wouldn't hear of it. Right. Can't, of course. Yeah, I hope I got to go to MagFest this year. I was also trying to figure out some way to get this video game themed play I wrote performed there. Maybe I should try and work towards that in all my spare time. Oh no, poison ball. Yeah! Have you gone to MagFest before, Tested Trees? It's really awesome a place. Okay. Oh, but you know they have Mag West in California. I never have been to Mag West. Yeah, exactly. In both Pacific. As you can see, it's still light outside somewhat. And like maybe one of these years I'll try going to Mag West, but I have some friends at who go to MagFest and help run it, and it's easier if I can just, when I'm visiting my family, stay for an extra couple weeks and go to MagFest. Also, it's somewhat more difficult because this, it's not just flat rectangular bricks. It's a lot of things you're hitting have different shape and texture. So it's even harder to tell where the ball's going to go. I think probably the most fun and creative Arkanoid clone I played was a very loose Arkanoid clone. Oh, you've been to E3, Tested Trees. That is pretty cool, though, that you got to go to E3. I never have. And is it SIGGRAPH? I'm not familiar with that one. Oh, okay. 3D Studio Max. The name sounds vaguely familiar. Was that one of those game creation programs? Or am I thinking of something else? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you got free tickets, that's practically worth the price of the product right there. Oh, animation software, technology, special effects. That's interesting. This sounds a lot more geared at like animators and programmers as opposed to players. What was that? I mean, that was one of the jack-o'-lanterns? Yeah, but I guess E3 is kind of an industry thing, too. I mean, or initially it was more of a trade show, and like people would take orders there. Yeah. And I know, like, lots of gamers will watch the announcements for E3, the videos and trailers. Oops, that was a lantern. Level complete. Oh, okay. Never mind the branches. Oh. Like Nintendo just puts their product announcements on YouTube. I mean, yeah, with the internet, I guess E3's not quite as important as it once was. Oh, there was no E3 this year. I'm guessing it was that because of the pandemic. Seems like it'd be big enough it could come back. Yeah. Horror Arkanoid. I think it was after I realized that Bloodlust Software had done horror Pong clones that I was like, wow, you really can make a horror game of just about any genre. I mean, heck, there's horror football, horror putt-putt, which I wish I could play that game. E3 has been dying for years since Seacross. I guess just because it's, you know, they don't really need that big event the way they did in the 80s, 90s. Then I don't, you know, part of me thinks, hey, it'd be cool if they bring it back next year, but like I said, I don't really know about it. Yeah, no, the horror putt-putt is called Putrid Putters, and I got a copy from a giveaway, the same giveaway site like 10 years ago, but for whatever reason, it thinks it's not registered and requires a key, and you can't buy the game anymore, so, I don't know. Maybe one of these days I'll get somebody to hack it and be like, key Janet or something so I can stream it. Horror. Yeah, horror putting, exactly. Putrid putters. Yeah. I know, I hate DRM. But it kind of makes sense, like, you know, when was the game released in, like, '08 or something, so... It was just an indie game that they were selling on their site, so it made sense, you know, just sell it for $5 and email the person a key rather than sending out a copy of the CD. And at that point, yeah, and I think, and so it kind of made sense that for giveaway the giveaway of the day, they handled it the same way, just giving out free keys to register the game, which you could download and then unlock. So in that instance, it makes sense, but it's still a shame. What doesn't make sense is stupid fat Valve making it so that Half-Life 2 won't work from the CD unless you have a Steam code. One of the days I'll write to that library book sale and demand my $3 back. Yeah. I think we moved away more from DRM. I don't know if some sites or games still do it. Pretty much all the new games I have I buy on GOG or Steam. So that's... I don't know, I said that would be the last one. Let's go ahead and switch over to Pulsoid. I don't seem to be getting any better. I could do one more. Yeah. Look at this. Hey, Keytar Cat, welcome in. Yes, glad you're here, and yeah, and glad that you still live. Beware, I live. Hope you're having a good weekend, Keytar. Excuse me. So, Pulsoid was a DOS freeware game that I got found on a CD-ROM. And the gimmick is that instead of a ball, you control snakes. Why? Excellent question. I remember rather enjoying it. We'll see if it's how it holds up. I remember it as being fun, but not great. And there's like an obnoxious number of screens between when you die and when you can get back to the main menu. There's a cool game over, like, animated sequence, which you didn't often see in old freeware DOS Arkanoid clones. Oh, glad you had a good time with your friends, though, Keytar. What shooter you were playing? Was it something I would have heard of? Yeah. That was, I feel like especially in, what was that, 2004 or something? That was an awful decision. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but Steam is the go-to place, so it's like we can't necessarily hold it against them or boycott them. I mean, they're too big to boycott. That's not necessarily a good thing. I think. Wait, does it need to be dash high speed or? Oh, that works. Joystick. Haha, no. Do I look like someone who has a joystick that would work with old DOS games? Oh wait, I do. But it's like 1,500 miles away. And still in the box. There's the cursor being weird. Oh, you can control the mouse cursor with the keyboard. Fixed. Not fixed. Oh, that makes sense. Variable. I'll go with the pulsoid mode. Oh, that's neat. You have to look at the other people's screens to find them. Yeah, it sounds like it would be hard to play for a visually impaired person, but that's a cool concept. I like that some of these indie shooters can just experiment with high concept games. There we go. Play a game. Actually, maybe we change the tracking. Disable it for all but the mouse. My screen doesn't jump away from the window. Yeah, that's good. If like everybody is, not good at it, then you're all evenly matched. Calm down, fifth dimension. Okay. Level 1. To begin. See? Snakes. And monsters. You're killing monsters, they're trying to kill you. These are spooky monsters, so I maintain that this is a horror game. Sorta. Did sound get disabled? I think they just instantly kill me. Okay, yeah, that's the thing with this game is you can't control the way the snake goes. It's always like bouncing off at a right angle. Is it a 90-degree angle? Yeah, that's weird, huh? Let's see. So that makes for long levels. Is there a gun power up? I wonder if Arkanoid itself had a shooting power up. Maybe that was the first Brick Breaker game to have that. Ah, there we go. Okay, after this level I'll see if I can get the sound back. You have limited ammo? Well, the snake gets longer, the more bricks it eats. I feel like if I didn't have the gun, then it would just be eternally trying to keep the damn thing in play until it actually hit something. Oh well. No such thing as pause. Oh. We ought to be getting sound. Or we ought to be exiting the setup. Wait, what is the pause key? There's no pause key. Seriously, guys. It's like they didn't even have streaming in mind when they designed this game back in '97 or whatever. Not a whole lot of foresight. Really, Fifth Dimension Company. Okay, now we've got sound. Well, we had sound. It was nice while it lasted. You guys heard it. That's a good question, Backlog. Maybe F1 would. Back in the days before Windows, it was like, oh, the F keys are mine now. Programs don't need to use those. And I'm like, Windows 10, could you please build a bridge over your head and then cross it and then thereby get over yourself? I feel like it would be good for you. Windows 10 is like, Purblind Gamers sassing me again. Oh, desktop window manager. Somebody needs to be crashed. Yeah. It's like, I miss the days when it was SVC hosts that would be overclocking things. You could at least close that sumbitch. Yeah, what makes the sound go away? Well, I'll muck about with it after I die. Or maybe I won't die. Maybe I'll beat the game. Then again, maybe I'll die. Let's see, these are like black bats and blobs with eyeballs. The sort of thing one would see in a Halloween game. Yeah. I do want to watch the game over screen, but I'd rather watch it with sound. Yeah, it sounds back now. Darndest thing. Level 1, to begin. See? Yay, sound. Sound no more. Darn this thing. I know people have patience for DOS game installation. I don't know, sometimes it's pretty straightforward. Just the thing that kills you. Oh, that's the thing that instantly kills you, and there are quite a few of them. Looks like a bird. At least in DX Ball, there was a power-up that killed you, but it was pretty, like, fairly uncommon, and it was the only dark power-up, so it was, like, really obvious. Just avoid anything that looks pointed. Assume it can kill me. Yeah. Like installing older games. Sometimes it can be quite a process. Like when I was trying to install what's it called? Alien vs. Predator. Yeah, the older PC game so that I could play it. I think that was one, the installation never worked right. And that was one where I'm like, wait a second. This is on Steam. What the hell am I doing screwing around with a CD-ROM? And it's $5 when it's not on sale. Oh, I changed the direction of it. Maybe because I hit it with the side of the paddle? What's that? A blood pressure gauge or something? I don't even know what I'm picking up. Oh, gun. Guns are good. Okay. Let's try this in Arkanoid mode next time, but... This is a really awesome animated game over sequence. I guess it's not quite as amazing as it seemed when I was, playing this in circa 98, but still pretty neat. Yeah, we get it. You got a damn website. You don't need to take a picture of that website. 98. Let's try it in Arkanoid mode. And see if the sound lasts longer than 5 seconds this time. Also, that's not how you spell Arkanoid. Just saying. Yeah, speaking of installations, I was trying to install the first Nancy Drew game today. I'm thinking maybe we'd start that tomorrow. But it has a 16-bit installer, and sometimes those don't work well with OTVDM or will hang. So that was what happened with that. And I probably can get it working. It just takes time and research. Oh, what, the Nancy Drew games? Yeah, I mean, there are a whole series of them. As we played one so far. What is that? An eyeball flower? And it was enough fun that I figured I'll play a couple more. And the first one, I got the first one on CD because it's one of the only two that has never been re-released, or isn't available now. Like, there was one that was too controversial, and then the original version of the first one, like, had a different art style, so they, like, made it unavailable. Yeah. And I think it's, some are a lot better than others, but I've watched some other streamers, like I know Ruby plays a lot of those. Yeah, definitely slower paced. Because this is more of a traditional Arkanoid game than the other one. Just, with monsters. Pardon me. Move faster, ball. I'm trying to see if it's easier to change. It's not, like, it doesn't always bounce at a right angle. Ironic. I thought Arkanoid mode would go faster than Pulsoid mode. Yeah. Dodgy ball physics. Which I feel like is something a lot of less well-known Arkanoid clones suffer from. Finally, we got the gun. Hey, at least the gun physics aren't dodgy. Level 2, Circle of Death. We have sound! Birdies! And we have silence. Thanks a lot, Sound Blaster. Oh, but also it's not. Yeah, it's hard to mess that up. Like, the balls don't speed up the way the snakes did. Wonder. What's that? Giant mouse? I wonder if it would be better to run that in the Arkanoid mode without having the, what's it called? Without the high-speed command parameter. I don't think it's a giant mouse, just some kind of big demon. I wonder if there's ever been a Resident Evil game which involved large zombie mice or rats. Students, do you guys know if you've been hanging out in my Resident Evil streams on Wednesdays? There are quite a bunch of zombie animals in that game. Some of them very large. Including large snakes, which is probably why I'm thinking of it. Ooh, teeth. If you're looking for the Choppy the pork chop, he's not here right now. Oh, like a lot of Resident Evil games have really large things. Yeah, I was watching Haggard Hessian play one of them before Resident Evil 8 came out, and there's some really gigantic boss. Like, was it a snake? I can't remember. It was so big you could just... It was like you were on a platform fighting it, and it was like sticking its head up to the platform level. Okay, this is getting tedious. Yeah, and 8. Didn't 8 have a couple of pretty large things? Well, 8 had one large character we know about. After years of having, you know, very large animals, It was only a matter of time before they would have a very large human. See, you can't change the direction of the ball. Well, you said you just got 7 for just a few bucks. Wow. Was it like a used copy, or was it in a sale somewhere? Yeah, like in most games, you know, where it hits on the paddle determines where it goes, but not Pulsoid. Oh, okay. PS4, cool. Yeah, because I guess, you know, so few games, or PC games, get physical releases now. Ooh, finally speeding up. And RE7 is fairly new, isn't it? Like, was it 17 it came out? And I think 7 was the one, like, it had a song based on some old folk song, and one of my roommates was singing it, and I thought he was just making it up. And I'm like, whoa, that's not how I remember that song going. Beware the dark mouse. Yeah, at least you can still buy used copies of console games. For now. Shouldn't give them any ideas. I know the feeling. It's like if you haven't played them yet, they still feel new. Especially if you remember when they came out. Like, I feel that's one of the things about getting older. It's like, it's harder to keep track of how the new stuff becomes old. Ooh. 2 guns. Nice. Wish I could take the bullets between levels. Level 3. Stone Age. With sound. Without sound. The teeth ate the sound. Yeah. You know, I grew up with a Sega Genesis, and at some point I'm going to have to get around to acknowledging that Sonic Adventure is not a new game anymore. And anything with full 3D is not necessarily a modern game. If there were a way to increase the speed, that was one of the things you could do in Brick Breaker, that game I was talking about earlier. You could set the speed of the ball to some degree, so basically it can function as difficulty levels. And I don't know, the appeal of that was you broke out pictures of cars. Sonic Adventure, I haven't played that. I don't play modern games. No, I actually haven't, but I have a copy the GameCube port, because like a friend gave me a GameCube as a hand-me-down, you know, after he got a Wii. Or did he get a Wii, or was he going to get a Wii? But so then they still sold some new GameCube games in GameStop, but mostly used ones, and Sonic Adventure was the only new game I bought for the GameCube. I figured I owed Sonic that much, since I hadn't actually bought a Dreamcast. meant to go see Sonic 2 in the theater, and then I just forgot. Oh, and got busy with work. At least with Sonic 1, I had the excuse of, the pandemic. But I'll probably actually stream Sonic. Oh dear. Paddle frozen. Sonic Adventure. I was kind of thinking it, maybe next year or something I'll try and stream every Sonic game ever made. Even the bad ones, like Sonic the Fighters, and Sonic 06, and Sonic the Werewolf. And those Game Gear ones nobody remembers. Yeah, old Sonic's got a lot of games. They keep coming out. And it's like, at a certain point, Sonic, Dr. Robotnik isn't going to stop. Like, why don't you just, get a gun and kill him? Same with Mario and Bowser. So you can't just think, oh, okay, there's this big explosion, or, well, Bowser plummeted down into some lava. He'll be dead. It's like, you need to come up with other ways to kill these video game villains. Like, they keep coming back. It's like, what's his name? Alan O'Neill from Metal Slug, or Cobra from Silent Scope, or Wild Dog from Time Crisis. We need to have a series about those guys having adventures. Oops. No! Shadow. Yeah, Guitar Cat, be like Shadow, Sonic. Just use a gun. Actually, I do have a copy of Shadow the Hedgehog for the GameCube as well. I got used. Haven't played that either. Haven't played many games that I own. But I feel like that's a pretty common thing these days. Gone are the days when it's like, yeah, you get a couple games a year, and you play them, even if they're terrible. How much longer am I going to keep doing this? I have to ask myself that. Finally. Oh yeah, more extra bowls. Oh, I lost the gun. I guess one of the power-ups takes away the gun. Power downs. I wonder where they got the name Pulsoid. Like, Pulsoid doesn't automatically make me think of snakes. Unless it's a takeoff on Graboid. Like those old movies, sci-fi movies. Buying more games, but having yet less time to enjoy them. Yeah, that does sound like adulthood. Level 4, 5th Dimension. Hey, that's the company that made this game. Now with sound. Now without sound. So is it like one monster appearing? Is that an evil inchworm? That's a new one. And the first monster appearing causes it to lose sound. Wait. Yeah, because that's what everybody would be expecting. You'd be expecting the 5th level to be the 4th dimension, or the 5th level to be 5th dimension. I feel like some other game did something like that. It might have been Earthworm Jim. I think in the first one, I kind of think I saw in the demo there was like a level called level 5 that wasn't necessarily the 5th level. In the second one, there's a level called level 8. Not spelled how you think it was, and I don't know if it was the 8th level. Probably puppy love messed everything up. Yeah, were there evil inchworms in Commander Keen 4? There were worms. I can't swear that they were inchworms, and I can't remember if they were evil or they were just kind of there. Of course, I suppose you could make the argument that not everything that tries to kill you is evil. Like, is Dopefish evil, or is Dopefish just hungry and stupid? It's like, Dopefish, don't kill me. I'm trying to save the universe. I'm trying to liberate the planet. And Dopefish is like, hungry. Swim, swim, hungry, hungry, swim, swim, hungry, hungry, swim, swim, hungry, hungry, swim, swim, hungry, hungry. Dopefish. Ba-dum, boom, boom. Yeah, okay, so the worms weren't. They didn't really have any effect, they were just kind of there. I don't know, if this... Things... What's that, a Space Invader? If things don't pick up a pace or get more exciting after this level, I think I'm going to call it quits. And we'll play one more round of Astrology II Damned Mill. I may not have been good at it, but at least it moved faster than, you know, molasses in January. Kill the bat. Was this the game? There was some Arkanoid game that, like, after the first few levels, it became... Like, the next 12 levels were all... Like, each one was based on an animal from the Chinese zodiac. And it might have been Pulsoid. Oops, that was a stop sign or something. It might have been Arkanoid. I can't remember. Oh, yay. I don't know. Maybe in the 5th level there'll be a boss or something. Gotta be someone who's in charge of all these monsters. Some evil witch named Kate or something. Why Kate? Isn't there some show that had an evil witch named Kate? Probably. At this point I'm thinking they can't have intended it to be this slow. I'm wondering if it's a bug or something with something that's making it go this slow. No. Come down here and let me kill you. Nasty critters. Oh yeah, the bouncing, yeah, red guys in Keen 4. Is his name Bounder? Yeah. Or the Yorps in Keen 1. You didn't need to shoot them. Although sometimes they would accidentally, like, push you into some large chewing mouth or off a cliff because they were idiots. It was like, yay, you liberated us from tyranny, we are free. And I'm like, and there's a good way of thanking me would be to not kill me. Hey, you could use the bounders in Keen 4 to reach higher power-ups, like if you rode one and then bounced off of it on a pogo stick. What is that? Some other kind of blob? You know, this is ridiculous. I think I'm gonna call it quits, and we'll play one more round of the other game to end the stream. How does that sound to you guys? Oh yeah, right, with the Yorps. When you jump on them, they just kind of get stunned for a little while. How did Crazy Bobka manage to keep playing that long? It must have taken him hours. Isn't babka like some kind of traditionally Jewish cake? Am I making that up? So yeah, there was some kind of crazy cake playing this game and getting the high score. Welcome to our www site. They were really proud of having a website in '98, I can tell you. Netscape, huh? That's what websites looked like in '98, kids. We'll play one more round of the other one and then we'll end. Oh, you're going to be streaming backlog? Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, but sometimes you just gotta, not stream. And if you're really not feeling it or you're too tired, it may not be a good stream. Pulsoid. Let me crawl alone like a pulsoid in the dirt. Hey, I'm trying to keep my stream family friendly. We gotta censor words like that. Yeah. Oh, when you can play in one setting. Sometimes that's what I do. It's like, I'll have games like that I'll fall back on if I don't have another game ready or don't have the energy to do a longer stream of something. Wait, I left it open, didn't I? Yay! Yeah, I try and mix it up, like some longer games and some shorter games for the non-Short Horror Saturday streams. And Short Horror Saturday, it's almost always the shorter ones. Astrology II. What is it? Swale ooze. Delicious swale ooze. I might as well restart since I just died. How much energy and motivation correspond? Yeah. Especially for starting something, I feel like if you have more energy, you have more motivation to start it. Activation energy, basically. Yeah, I know that lamp exploded so violently so it would distract me and make me die. Is that a Family Guy joke about Stephen King writing a story about an evil lamp? Of course, then we played Maldita Castilla, and it really did have an evil lamp who was trying to kill us. Never did figure out what that little, I guess it was more of a giant lightning bug wearing a skull than a lamp, per se. Details, Mon. Minor details. Never did figure out what that little critter's goal was exactly. Oh yeah, you were playing it on the Ouya, weren't you, Backlog? Great game. It's one of those games I always think about. Is it possible that if I practiced it for enough hours, I could beat it on 4 continues and get the good ending? Probably not. But maybe. Yeah, mysterious Ouya. Oh no. At least you have more control over the ball here than Pulsoid. But also, I remember also seeing that the Ouya had a, what is it, Don't Look Back, and thinking, it's weird, I've played 2 games for Short Horror Saturday that then got an Ouya release. Or heck, maybe more. I don't know. Never looked up all the games on there. I wonder if there are any interesting Ouya exclusive horror games. Yeah. Ooh, that's a real classic. It's sort of horror-themed game. And it's nice that the developer just has it downloadable from their site as a standalone Flash executable. The games because the way that they separate into arbitrary categories. It's frustrating, especially if you want people to play the games and buy the games. Make them easy to browse. To you too. yeah, but I was starting to tell you guys about Troll, which was a somewhat kind of an Arkanoid-like game. It was quite fun. I don't know if it's abandonware now, or they still sell it. I want to say it was published by Rake and Grass. But it was basically you play this troll who's trying to protect a bunch of people in these medieval settings, and you, basically a dragon spews fireballs, and you, like, either hit them or bounce them into a castle in the distance to gradually break it down. I've never actually beaten the 5th level in this game. No easy difficulty. You actually get extra lives in this game? That mushroom thing turned into a fireball. Which I think makes it slightly more destructive. Fire has been known to destroy things. If there's any question as to whether fire is destructive, we'll have to have a setting things on fire stream. Probably against terms of service or something. Also against the terms of my rent agreement, probably. The fireball is especially destructive to plants. That tracks. Hey, I finally beat was that 5th or 6th level? And I got an extra life. That was close. I wonder if it's a set amount of time before the ghosts start being replaced with will-o'-the-wisps, or if it's after you kill a certain number of them. Well, maybe I will unlock the 2nd set of levels after all. Depending on how many there are. Some of these Arkanoid games also have a lot of levels. It's like, well, the base game is 50 levels, and each pack has 20 levels, so you're getting about 300 levels. I'm like, that's a lot. No mistaking it. Still don't know what that little flying thing is. We'll just call it a gemstone bat until it calls itself something else. I noticed some of the branch-looking things like knock the ball back, and others it just passes through. E.g. I don't know if the cauldron will kill me, but I don't trust it. It might at least stun me. Okay, I feel like there are a couple of times I've gotten pretty lucky this round. I think that was another one. Blasted ghost. Let's see how crazy Bobka does on this game. I think that's about a good time to wrap up stream. And I appreciate you all joining me for a few rounds of Horror Arkanoid with Astrology II, Damned Mill, and Pulsoid, where the real horror was how slowly the game played. I'll find somebody for us to raid. I wonder if Zen Dragoon is still on. Oh yeah, let you guys know what's coming up, because I never announced the game for tomorrow. Yes, and so far I'm not getting a Nancy Drew's Secrets Can Kill to install. And I know I'd planned to do a horror game, or not, an adventure game tomorrow, but I think I realized that I never finished a World War II sniper Call to Victory. So I figured tomorrow I'll go ahead and play through the rest of that, since I did promise I would, and it'll be good to finish it before I start streaming from my new computer when it gets here. And yeah, then we'll start, the following weekend, we'll start something longer. I don't know, maybe I should have played Military Quest every 2 streams, but for that I figured it would be better to do as one long stream. On Wednesday we'll continue Resident Evil for the GameCube, and I kind of don't think we'll finish it. Maybe in 2 more streams or 3, but I don't really know. And on Saturday for Short Horror Saturday, what will we do? I don't know, maybe I'll try and finally do that, playing 3 gory run and gun games, which I know I've been promising to do. And then Sunday, so yeah, Sunday a week from tomorrow, maybe that's when we'll start playing Herzog's Vi, the real-time strategy game that I have to play because of the community challenge. Yeah, that's probably what I do. I don't want to let it get too far. And then maybe after that I'll go back and do more Tokyo Dark, because I did promise I would try and stream and get more endings of that. So yeah, fun stuff coming up. And let's see who's online. If it ever loads. Hey, let's check out Fifth Dimension's website on Netscape Navigator. Except I don't have a Netscape Navigator. Oh, okay. Here, we don't get to raid backlog often, but... Oh, Seacross is on, and he's playing Time Crisis. Oh, Time Crisis Project Titan, which is a PS1 exclusive one, and a rail shooter. And I love rail shooters, and Time Crisis is an excellent series. And Seacross is an excellent guy, so we should raid him. Mature audiences. Yeah, you know how violent these light gun games can be. Oh, thank you to everybody who came out to my stream. I really appreciate it. And whether you're chatting or lurking, I'm grateful to you for being here. And I really probably should have stopped playing Pulsoid sooner and done something more fast action. You can follow me on Twitch to see when I'm live. You can follow me on Twitter and MySpace for stream announcements and other things. Yeah, I noticed for this stream announcement on MySpace, Airplane Lion got into the act and started making comments on my MySpace. I gotta make sure that socials are secure. And you can find my past VODs on YouTube, and I will try and upload the Military Quest VOD tomorrow. So, everybody have a good night. I hope to see you for World War II Sniper Call to Victory tomorrow. And, yeah, say hi to Seacross, and remember, as the Astrology Ghosts would say, or something like that.